Okay, so I'm gonna pad stitch, but I'm gonna pad stitch, my canvas for my coat. But now I want to do it with the machine because I don't want to do it by hand. I just don't have. I want to get over and done with this. But with machine pad stitching, there's a way that it's done, and usually in theater that's what they do, right? Because time and stuff. But and this is like my roll line. It's roughly drawn in because of what I want to do with this. I'm not 100% sure where it's gonna sit. I'm basically gonna shape it after the fact, and I'm not gonna add any tape. Let's just get that part out of the way. Fine, right? I'm still gonna add other things. It doesn't matter. Point. When you're machine pad stitching, right? Everyone, from the things I'm seeing, everyone wants to basically go vertical with the lines. From the break line, you go vertical, But that doesn't make sense because when you are actually pad stitching by hand, you would take a bite, right? So I'd be holding this, so I'll take a bite this way, according to where you want it to roll. So the bite would basically, all your bites would be going this way, right? And the bites are the ones that really do the work, not the actual like horizontal part, because you take a bite and then you come out and then it's like it does this V like V situation, Z situation. Um so it doesn't make sense to me to then machine stitch by going vertical. It only makes sense to go horizontal, or horizontal to the break line, because this is the collar at the back, because this is the shawl collar, right? So this is the back part of the collar. So I want to go that way, right? But as I get closer, I get into the collar, it goes more horizontal, and then it's going to end, you know, vertical once we get to this point. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm really thinking about it and I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because even when if you think about like how thread and like steam works, when you are like steaming your clothes, when it shrinks in the direction of the thread. So if you stitched a line this way, it's not going to shrink this way, it's going to shrink that way. So why would you machine pad stitch, when you want the roll to that roll? Why would I then pad stitch horizontally? Do you understand? And we're talking about specifically the direction of the bite. Okay, so we're talking about the bite should be horizontal to the roll line. Hope this makes sense. Okay, yeah, it does work. It does. Look at that. Look at how that sits. It sits the way it's supposed to. It works.